G'day everyone, welcome to a World of Warships Blitz video, and today's video is the Tier 7 Premium United States Navy cruiser, the Helena. So the Helena's been in my, it's something that I got probably a couple of months ago. Can't actually remember how I got it now, but it's basically a Brooklyn with radar instead of sonar. So that being said, it's one of the few premiums that I have the historical camo for, mainly because the historical camo, well, there's two camos, and the historical one, which is a bit cheaper, just doesn't have quite the same parameters, so I'm sort of, well, considering. But anyway, being an American light cruiser, it's probably not the sort of ship that's in my wheelhouse. So here we are. We're in the big race map. One of the team has said capture C. Sounds fair enough. Probably getting a little bit far ahead of the team there. So being sort of one of the light cruiser mains, like Royal Navy with the concealment that they've got, I generally yeah, it's yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit aggressive. And to be fair, I have struggled with the light cruiser line, even the Cleveland, which is an excellent ship. So some people, by the way, do a phenomenal job in the Brooklyn, and well, I have to admire those people. Here I am. We've got, obviously, that battleship is not making life easy, and we've got this Russian cruiser, this Molotov, that I am trying to, well, he's got his forward guns towards me. He's trying to angle to get his rear guns on target. And for me, well, actually, I'm probably going to have to get behind this island, because really I have, well, the health bar is not looking too good. And what we have there is a Russian cruiser and a battleship, which is not a good combination, followed by another United States Navy battleship. Here comes the Molotov. Going to get AP loaded. I think I'm going to get one shot as he comes around the corner, hiding behind the island from the well, that's the Molotov dealt with. So now I have a couple of rather large battleships. So what I'm doing here is going to change my position behind the island in order to, well, take a firing position over the island. So we've captured the target area, which is nice. That was part of the objective, but yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit better than that. So what I'm doing here is lining this guy up, seeing if I can get over the island. One of the shells makes it over. If I go too far back, he can drop shells over the top of the island onto me. So trying to take advantage of the extremely high firing arc of the Helena. There we go, dropping a nice set of shells on him. So what I'm trying to do here is get out from behind the island, far enough for the shells to go over the top, but not far enough that I become a target myself. And we'll keep these two guys busy. So what generally happens in the big race map is that either the sea cap, often, well, as in now, the heavies head towards the sea cap because they like the open ocean, which basically can be quite detrimental for the team, because the A and the B cap are closer together, so you earn the more points for the given section of ocean. But here the sea cap is quite large, quite separate. So really, if you are in a battleship and you are heading towards the sea cap in a sort of a lemming train, you just need to be a little bit careful and be aware that it might cause some problems for the viability of your winning solution is a bit more limited. As it turns out, I've got the rest of the team over here. We've got one capture point, the other one is uncaptured. I'm not sure what's happened to the rest of the enemy team, and I'm sticking my nose out. Obviously there's other targets to shoot at other than me, with the team coming in to provide some cover, which is good. And that's really where something like the Helena works best, is actually in amongst the fleet. Here we go. Let's see if we can get some shots in on him. Someone else took him out first. It's the Shores. And this guy's now, well, he's got any number of targets to go for. We're going to keep our distance open. Keep heading away from him. And he's gone. So there we go, the Helena. Yeah, so the Helena is not, well, it hasn't got the agility to really expose itself like it has. This Queen Elizabeth is obviously going to be a bit of a risk. So what we're going to try and do here is start some fires, but not get ourselves too exposed. Turn in, keep the angle up. Being the last surviving ship, of course, he's going to go for the easy targets. So I'm going to try and turn away. I'm not doing a very good job, but yeah. Here we go, got some fires going on him. He's busy trying to reverse out. And yeah, we keep our barrage up. Oh, here he goes. He's got HE loaded, sending it our way. Yes, obviously we've attracted his attention. So we turn those in order to make ourselves as small a target as possible, because, yeah, well, I mean, there's no point in going out of the match. So, yeah, well, there's the Helena. So, probably the other thing to mention, because it's unlikely that I'll make another video of the Helena anytime soon, so I have struggled with it a bit, is that the shells have an enormously long flight time, which means that with a battleship like this, there's not a lot of lead required, but against anything lighter, like a cruiser, and especially a destroyer, long-range accuracy becomes a real test of, a real test of skill. And those that master it, such as, yeah, some of those players who do know how to play the Brooklyn, yeah, they can do very well, and if you can't master it, well, it can make for quite frustrating games. And I must admit that I'm used to flatter trajectories on my guns. Having that number of guns is good, of course, and radar is fantastic, especially for destroyers at medium range who disappear into smoke. Anyway, there's the Helena in action. I will try and do something better. Anyway, catch you next time.